She stood in front of the mirror, choosing a simple pair of earrings to go with the navy blue dress she'd bought especially for the day. Light makeup, hair pinned up with elegance. She wasn't one for parties, but this was special. Her sister's graduation. Claudia smiled as she checked the time. Almost there. She picked up the gift, a delicate necklace with a moonstone pendant, just like the one their mother used to wear. But when she opened her email to double-check the event details, she saw it. Her name wasn't on the guest list. No message, no invitation, not even a mention. She thought it might be a mistake. Maybe the email had gone to spam. Maybe her sister had sent it to an old address. Maybe some kind of error. But then it started to sink in. In all the excitement over the past few weeks, the rushed messages, the Instagram stories, the casual, "things are so hectic right now," Luana had never once mentioned Claudia being there. No, "see you at the ceremony." No, "you'll love it." Nothing. Before we continue, tell us in the comments, have you ever helped someone and felt forgotten afterward? Subscribe to the channel and help us grow. Your story might just be like today's. Claudia slowly put down her phone, her heart racing. It wasn't just an absence, it was a silence that screamed. Claudia was 12 years older than Luana. When their parents died in a car accident, Claudia was just 22. Her life had barely started, but in that moment she put everything on hold. She was the one who signed the custody papers, the one who said yes when the social worker asked if she was ready to raise a 10-year-old. And she did. She canceled plans, moved cities, got any job she could find. They shared a mattress, split food. She became mother, father, sister, all in one. She raised Luana with love and sacrifice, paid for school, therapy, food, clothes, and later covered her entire college education, enrollment, tuition, books, transportation, unpaid internships. And she did it all without ever revealing how much she earned or how far she'd come professionally. She thought that if Luana knew, she might get dazzled, and Claudia wanted her grounded, focused, strong. But now, it was Claudia who felt like she had hit the ground. She hesitated before making the call, looked at her phone again, took a deep breath, thought about letting it go, pretending it didn't hurt, but it did, and not asking now would only let the doubt eat her from the inside. The phone rang 3 times before Luana picked up.
"Hey, Claudia.
Everything okay?" Luana's voice was rushed, as usual. Noise in the background, voices, music. The celebration had clearly already started. "Hey, Lu, are you at the party already?"
Yeah, I'm here with the crew. It's chaos."
"So, I just wanted to check something. I looked through my email, my phone, thought it was my mistake, but I didn't get an invitation to the graduation. It felt odd." Silence. A muffled beat from the music filled the space between them. "Oh, yeah, so, Claudia felt her whole body freeze. That pause said more than any words could. "So?" Claudia, it's not personal, okay? It's just that the vibe is kind of, young. Everyone here is super trendy, from the fashion world. It's a whole different scene." "A different scene?" "Yeah, you're more classic, right? More reserved. I thought you wouldn't feel comfortable." "Luana, are you saying you didn't invite me because I'm too old for your crowd?" "No, that's not what I meant. But
Try to understand. My friends are from another reality. Most of them come from money, they travel, work with brands, influencers, and I'm already the scholarship girl, always saying I can't, I'm broke. Imagine if I showed up with someone all formal. They'd notice, they'd talk. Claudia clenched her arm, trying to steady her breath. Every word felt like a blade. But you do have money, Luana. I gave you everything, including that college. I know, and I'm grateful. I really am. But this world is different, you know? Image matters. I just didn't want to feel embarrassed or make you feel out of place.
Silence again. Claudia looked at the gift still lying on the bed. The moonstone necklace, the same one their mother used to wear. A symbol of the bond she thought still existed. But hearing her sister talk as if she were just a fashion liability, that bond felt shattered, maybe for good. He knows people in the industry. They'd totally fit in with the crowd here. Claudia said nothing. Her sister's boyfriend's family, people she barely knew, had been invited. They were there, applauding, celebrating, while she, who raised Luana, paid for every book, every month of rent, every college bill, was watching from afar. No place, no name on the list, no right to be part of it. I see. So they're more your type, huh? Luana laughed, not catching the irony. Exactly! Claudia didn't respond. Suddenly, the call felt far too long. All right, Lou. Enjoy your night. Claudia, don't be upset, okay? I just didn't want things to be awkward for either of us. But I am grateful, really. You know that. But Claudia didn't know anymore. She hung up the phone with her stomach in knots, sat down on the bed, and for the first time in years, she felt like she had done everything for someone who never truly saw who she was. 3 months had passed. Since the graduation, Claudia and Luana had barely spoken. The messages had become rare, and for the first time, Claudia didn't feel the need to fill the silence. She started giving her time back to herself. She traveled, spent days offline, felt the kind of peace she never had while raising her sister. And slowly, she began to understand maybe it was time to stop trying to be everything to someone who treated her like nothing. The phone rang on Wednesday afternoon. It was Luana. Claudia thought about ignoring it, but picked up, out of curiosity or habit. Maybe just to hear what it would be this time. Hi, Claudia. How are you? Her voice was sweet, slightly nervous, a little rehearsed. Hi, Luana. I'm doing fine. So, I wanted to talk to you about something important. Claudia adjusted in her chair. Go ahead. I'm thinking of starting a post-grad program, something advanced, focused on fashion branding. It'll help me get into a big agency. Which agency? House 11. Do you know it? Claudia almost smiled, but held back. Yes, she knew it. She had been the creative director at House 11 for over 2 years. She was the one who restructured the image department, hired, trained, let people go. She was behind every project, every campaign. But Luana never knew. Claudia simply said, gently, Yes, I know it. It's an excellent agency. Serious work, big clients. Sounds like you. Exactly. And to get in, I need to stand out. This postgrad will really set me apart. But it's expensive. I was wondering if maybe you could help me, like you always have? Claudia closed her eyes for a moment. The program was costly, but it wasn't the money that weighed. It was the irony. The sister who had excluded her to seem cool enough was now asking for help to enter the very world where Claudia was the one who decided who gets in and who stays out. She replied calmly, Of course, Luana. I'll pay for it. I'm sure you'll do great. Really?
Oh, Claudia, thank you. You're an angel, seriously. I knew I could count on you. Claudia looked back at her computer screen, where the email with portfolio reviews for new interns was still open. Luana's name wasn't there. Not yet. But soon it would be. And maybe then, for the first time, she would finally see who Claudia really was. 6 months had passed since that phone call. Luana had thrown herself into her postgrad program, more for show than out of passion. She posted every certificate, every class, every perfectly staged coffee next to a MacBook, as if her life were a storefront. After all, wasn't image everything? And now she was here, in the lobby of House 11, the agency she dreamed of, the most talked about of the moment. Modern, bold, future-forward. Luana had applied with confidence. Her resume was still in progress, but she'd done the right postgrad, invested in the right portfolio. And of course, she was counting on that familiar, silent support behind the scenes. She waited for her interview in a wide glass room with minimalist decor and the scent of expensive coffee in the air. Her fingers nervously fidgeted until she heard footsteps. The door opened, and for a second, she thought she was hallucinating. Claudia? Her sister walked in with a clipboard in hand, posture firm, gaze professional. No heavy makeup, no theatrics, just presence, authority. Good afternoon, Luana. Please, have a seat. Luana shot up from her chair. What are you doing here? Conducting the interview, Claudia replied, as if stating the sky was blue. You work here? Claudia sat down slowly at the table. I'm the creative director at House 11. Luana blinked, stunned. But why didn't you ever tell me? Claudia looked up from the clipboard, unhurriedly. Because you never showed any interest in my life. Silence. That sentence dropped like a stone in the middle of the room. Luana opened her mouth, but no words came. Claudia began flipping through the printed portfolio professionally. Your visual identity is interesting, but it lacks consistency. There's no clear authorial direction. You're good at imitating, but you haven't yet created something that's truly yours. Luana swallowed hard. But I know you're just starting. I'm still finding myself. Of course, which is why you're competing with other candidates who are in the same phase. Some with riskier ideas, others with more solid commercial proposals. So, I don't have a chance? Claudia closed the portfolio and looked her sister in the eye, firm, calm, slightly cutting. I didn't say that. But here at House 11, no one gets in because of their last name or because of favors. This agency built its reputation, and so did I. Luana could barely hold eye contact. I thought, maybe, with everything you've done for me. Claudia stood up. I've already done plenty for you. Now, it's your turn to do something for yourself. She walked to the door. This interview is over. HR will be in touch with the results. And she left, leaving Luana there, her feet sinking into the cold floor, and for the first time, finally facing not only the woman who had always been behind everything, but the woman she had never wanted to see. Luana spent the following days waiting for a reply. She couldn't stop thinking about the interview with Claudia. The firm way her sister had looked her in the eyes, as if she were just another name in a pile of applicants. She kept telling herself it was just a game, that Claudia only wanted to appear impartial, that, in the end, she'd be the one chosen. But days turned into a week, then 2, until finally an email arrived. Subject: Selection Process, House 11. Message: Hello, Luana. Thank you for participating in the selection process. After reviewing all candidates, we've decided to move forward with another applicant for the position." Luana stared at the screen, unblinking. Not even a personalized thank you. No mention of her effort, her last name, their history. She felt her stomach drop. She picked up her phone and opened WhatsApp. The last message to Claudia was still there, read and ignored. "Thanks again for the postgrad, sis. Heart." No reply, ever. She started typing. "I just want to understand what happened. Why did you shut me out like that? Why didn't you tell me about the agency? Why didn't you give me a real chance?" But Claudia didn't reply. Minutes passed, then hours, then silence. A few days later, she tried again. "I need to know, Claudia. I need to understand if there's still anything between us." But the only thing that came back was the echo of her own desperation. That's when she realized, without Claudia, she was just herself. No allowance, no backup, no automatic praise. No one to rescue her at the last minute. And maybe, just now, she was finally seeing the truth. That behind all the vanity was just a girl who mistook image for value. A girl who never cared to see who was holding up her entire world. After days of silence, Luana made a decision. She needed answers. She went to House 11 without warning, heart racing, palms sweating. She waited for over an hour in the lobby, anxious, almost giving up. When Claudia finally appeared, her expression was serious. Luana couldn't hold back. "Why didn't you ever tell me you worked here?" she asked, voice slightly shaky. "Why did you shut me out of your life? Why did you turn me down for the position? I thought you wanted to help me." Claudia looked at her, steady, calm, with a trace of disappointment. "Luana, you're the one who chose to shut me out. You left me out of your graduation, your own milestone. And now, only after seeing where I've gotten, you expect me to clear the path for you. But life doesn't work like that. Respect and effort are built before the achievements, not after." Luana didn't know what to say. I just wanted a chance." "And you had plenty of chances," Claudia replied. "But you kept your distance. You chose the glow of your friends, the easy approval. I was always here, supporting you, hoping you'd one day want to see me for who I really am." Luana sighed, feeling the weight of every word. "So why won't you accept me at the agency?" Claudia crossed her arms. "Because this place isn't for people who aren't ready. I won't open doors for someone who's not willing to grow for real." "But I want to learn. I need this opportunity." Claudia took out her phone. "I'll recommend you to Loom Design, a smaller agency I once worked at. There you can truly begin. And maybe, once you're ready, House 11 will open its doors for you." Luana hesitated, accepting the offer reluctantly. "Thank you, Claudia. I'll give it a shot." Claudia nodded, gaze steady. "This is your opportunity, but not a guarantee. It only matters if you're truly ready to do things differently and to grow for real." Months had passed. Claudia was in her office when her phone buzzed. A message from Luana. "Hi, Claudia. I just wanted to thank you for the recommendation to Loom Design. I've been working hard and learning a lot, and I've also been thinking about everything that happened between us. I want to say I'm sorry. I was wrong to think everything would be easy or that you were against me. Now I understand that nothing comes without effort and that you always did what you could for me. Thank you for everything." Claudia read the message, took a deep breath, but didn't reply right away. Later that night, she finally typed, "Thank you for acknowledging it. I wish you the best, Luana. May you find your path, truly." The silence that followed wasn't empty. It was full of a newly earned respect, born from distance and growth. And you, have you ever gone through something similar? Helped someone and ended up forgotten? Tell us in the comments below. Subscribe to the channel for more stories like this and help us grow. Your story could be the next one we tell.